What up, party people? It's your boy Hakeem Green, channel live and direct BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark, mad, ism. Live and direct on the Mad Ism Sports Show. Myself, Hakeem Green, my partners Wes, Uncle Spliffy, and DJ KG from Naughty by Nature host this weekly sports program where we just chop it up, talk about what's happening in the world of sports. I mean, usually it's basketball or football. It is what it is. We try, cover some golf, try to cover some tennis, Olympics, other sports out there in the stratosphere. But, especially since we knee deep into the playoffs, NFL playoffs started Saturday, and the NBA is heating up. We're going to definitely get into the NBA and the NFL on today's show. We also have a special guest lined up, the homie, the Real Gully TV. If you guys are locked into what's happening into the world of internet journalism, the brother, the Real Gully TV, is laying it down in a courageous way. He keeps the gangsters. If you want to know some real deal street stories, tune in with the Real Gully TV on the YouTube platform, and he's gonna lock in. Let's bring the homie Wes Henderson in the building. What up, Big Wes?
What's going on, Hawk?
Oh man, it's good. Today's show is gonna be kind of awesome. I'm looking forward to it. We got a special guest chiming in with us today. The Real Gully TV, and he loves him some basketball, so I figured let's bring the brother on, chop it up, test his knowledge, test his understanding of the game. You know what I mean?
It's officially basketball season, so let's.
Yeah, got a lot to talk about. On and off the court.
Yeah.
Very intelligent brother, some unique ideas and perspectives, opinionated for sure. So we're gonna press him to see if we can get him to slip up about this basketball. All right, so that said, y'all know the routine. I'm gonna throw up a song, a Hakeem Green channel live, one or the other, and we're gonna take this time to like, subscribe, share the page. Myth, peace, God, my brother Myth, LMC. Make sure y'all check in with the brother over there. He's tuned in the comment section. Myth, we're gonna get you on. We're gonna figure it out. We definitely gonna big you up. I'm going to start tuning in more often. Please do. That said, you know how we do. I'm going to throw up my new joint called Y'all Niggas. You want to know what's wrong with hip-hop? Y'all niggas. You want to know what's wrong with the black community? Y'all niggas. Y'all niggas.
And drugs. For years, I paid my people extra so they wouldn't do that kind of business. My city would keep the traffic in the dark, people, the colors. The animals anyway, so let them do their thing.
Y'all niggas ain't fresh. Y'all niggas will get laid to rest. Y'all niggas hold the game back. We them real niggas that bring that real shit back. Now check it. Y'all niggas ain't fresh. Y'all niggas will get laid to rest. Y'all niggas hold the game back. We them real niggas that bring that real shit back. Yeah. Sit back, take note, you can quote. Bite my shit, I hope y'all niggas choke. You could tell the pigs this shit stops today. My life the color black cause the sky commodity gray. Tricks are for kids, warriors come out to play. MCs stay riffing while the hood is in decay. You ain't a man, my nigga, you a boy. Getting passed around the cipher, my nigga, you a toy. Your whole style employ, real niggas love it black. So I spit the real McCoy when it's time to touch the track. Troops get deployed when it's time to go and attack, y'all. Like Chips Ahoy with a box of Cracker Jacks. I stay dropping facts, ready to shoot like it's craps. But I'm here to bring peace, the streets salute like it's taps. I stay right and exact the latter. Matter of fact, I put bombs in your mouth, I stick yourself like a Mac. Y'all niggas ain't fresh. Y'all niggas will get laid to rest. Y'all niggas hold the game back. We them real niggas that bring that real shit back. Now check it. Y'all niggas ain't fresh. Y'all niggas will get laid to rest. block, y'all niggas stick to pimping. I love to salute my brothers, y'all niggas stick to dissing. Pitching, that shit, that scratch the itching. Serve the bad batch, my nigga, watch what you sniffing. When they want the white, I sit it out like Scottie Pippen. Nigga want the candy just to end up like a victim. But the very song I sing, y'all niggas need to listen. How to say it with conviction, y'all niggas just be snitching. Get it? Conviction got the whole hood convicted. The hood is gentrified, black families get evicted. CBS got Percocets, everybody stay addicted. Y'all niggas keep us locked down like the blockchain is encrypted, restricted. Everybody movement is constricted. Now the block is like a prison, slavery self-inflicted. We used to break rocks, now y'all niggas just cook it in the kitchen. The prison industrial complex orchestrated by Richard Nixon. Y'all niggas ain't fresh. Y'all niggas will get laid to rest. Y'all niggas hold the game back. We them real niggas that bring that real shit back. Now check it. Y'all niggas ain't fresh. Y'all niggas will get laid to rest. Y'all niggas hold the game back. We them real niggas that bring that real shit back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That is Y'all Niggas by Hakeem Green, produced by Ron Lawrence, legendary producer from the Hitmen. Yeah, that's what we doing in 2022. Trying to correct the shit, right the shit with some good music. You know what I mean? So, today on IZM Sports, we got a special guest, you know, the brother of the family, the Real Gully TV. What up, bro?
Hey, peace. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
What's going on, man?
Having me. Hakeem, what's going on? What's up, man?
All is good.
I didn't
all
catch
is
your
good.
name. I
It's
can't
Wes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
pleasure to meet you.
yeah. Me and Wes,
Likewise.
we go back to the 80s. I grew up with the brother. I used to walk from East Orange to South Orange to this brother's backyard to bust his ass with some basketball.
Right.
Served this joker up. Like, it was a long walk, but it was well worth the trip because I
Right.
get over there. And then what happened was, right, he got some height, right? He got some height, and the brother got hips, right? So he used to back me down on the post.
Right.
Couldn't get around the wagon. That's another story.
Whenever you want to hear the real story, let me know. We'll go back there. All I gotta say is too little. That's all I gotta say. Too little.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know, I didn't get my man size until like last month. You know, I was like 135 until like 30 and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was slim pickings for real over this way. But all that said, you know, I had to choose something else, and all we do is spark madism. You know, yeah. Luckily, I didn't hang my career on the basketball court. It would have been a short career, for real. So, brother Gully,
What's going on?
yeah, man, this is IZM Sports. You know, you've been on the IZM Mondays platform.
Right.
You know, we started IZM Sports last year. The homie West hit me up. And we was talking about sports every day. You know, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, when he's on break, we got some free time. We on there chopping it up about what's going on at ESPN and what have you. So Wes was like, yo, man, we should just do a little show. Maybe do a little StreamYard or Zoom. Rock out. So this is where we at with it. And then, you know, as I'm building out the IZM platform, the IZM brand, I was able to connect with you over on IZM Mondays. And then we had a basketball conversation over there. It was kind of dope. So I'm like, let's get the brother over here to IZM Sports so we can really chop it up. So first thing I want you to do for the audience is quickly introduce yourself. Let the folks know who you are, you know, what your platform is about, and then how you got into the world of sports and athletics.
My name is Jamil Lindsay. I'm from Erie, Pennsylvania. Man, I didn't did so much shit. I can't. Goddamn. Oh man. I'm a published author. I'm a film director. I'm a cameraman. I do my own editing. I'm a curator. You know what I'm saying? I bring good things to life. Hip hop, sports, and fashion. My platform is predicated on the three. And that's primarily because I'm a former athlete myself. Basketball was my thing. And my I had a morning show a few years ago called The Morning Dribble. And after a while, my fans, they anointed me the dribble god. And I just turned this whole everything into another platform, Gully TV Sports. And
Nice.
I just love basketball and I love the Lakers. What? So
Sorry, you got good energy over here. Wes is a Lakers fan. Not since LeBron has been over there. But he's a Lakers fan. I'm not necessarily a Lakers fan. I'm a LeBron fan. I keep it 100. Wherever LeBron goes, who I'm gonna root for. You know. But okay, not to cut your bill. You're a Lakers fan.
Love them all my life. Yeah, that's my squad. We won last night.
Yeah, it was a good win. Yeah, we gonna get into that too.
All right.
Yeah, definitely gonna get into that. Now I got my West has to do some homework. I know he got some questions lined up, but you know, I'll throw this one at you. You know, so what do you think about the state of basketball as it is right now in the NBA? And we have this conversation often about the younger guys, the new generation, how they come up with the AAU, and just how they deal with the business of basketball is a lot different.
Basketball, if it ever was a sport, that was a long time ago. It's definitely a business. I believe it's geared towards putting on a show now. In terms of the NBA, they've created rules where you basically can't touch the shooter. You feel me? And because of that, the lack of defense, you got these big scoring games. You know what I'm saying? You got people getting blown out. Everybody's shooting threes and everything. And I think we don't really get the good basketball until like deep in the playoffs and shit like that. That's when people start finding the urgency. We got to get to the bucket. We got to get to the free throw line. That's when we get all of that. But before the All-Star break and, you know, like right now, we leading up to the All-Star break, people cruising and they shooting a lot of goddamn three-pointers. And this go for everybody. The Splash Brothers and Steph Curry also, they probably have a lot to do with, you know, the whole three-point thing because of their personal successes. But somebody pointed out a good question the other day, and it was a damn good question. Someone said, on nights when Steph Curry's three-point shot ain't working, what do you get from him? You know what I'm saying? How much do you really get from him? If the three ain't going down, what do you get from this nigga? And I thought about it because he been shooting bad recently. The last week or two, he been shooting bad.
Since he broke the record.
Yes, okay.
Since he broke the record.
Yeah. All right. Nigga went cold. And we trying to establish whether or not he has any upswing without the three-point shot. You understand what I'm saying? So I thought that was a good observation that someone pointed out. But in totality, the three-point shot has changed the NBA in a very, very bad way, man. Big men, everybody's shooting three-point shots, man. You don't see the drop step. Joel Embiid is a guy who still used the drop step a little bit, but even he's shooting threes. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you don't see the guys who play around the basket like Zach Randolph and shit like that. Like, everybody wants to be on the perimeter. And because of that, it's just – I like to see basketball. I like to see niggas get off. I ain't got no money on the line. Do what y'all do, man. I'm enjoying this show. I like to see niggas get lit up. I like to see a nigga catch fire and bomb them off. I love that shit. But I'm just saying, on nights when it's not working, it just fucks up everything. You know what I'm saying? You know,
to your Steph Curry point, you know, I got a big Wes up, you know, because Wes called out really last year, he was questioning Steph's value. And I thought he was going to hit a wall, like a real wall.
What, because he you thought he was going to slow down with the three thing? He can play. He has a handle. He has a handle.
Yeah.
Fuck you up with his handle. But again, he's not like attack. He's not the type to really attack the basket like that. You know what I mean? He'll get to the basket and lay it up, but I'm just saying that's not his thing. Kyrie play like that. Yeah. That's not what Steph do and shit. And again, if he's not shooting the three, ain't nobody afraid of his mid-range. Ain't nobody afraid of his mid-range. So,
he got that teardrop that he drops in there on you every once in a while.
The floater.
Every once
in a while. But like you made some great points and about the game. And
before you ask your question,
yes. Yep.
Jamel, can you do us a favor? After you ask your question, mute your mic because
got you.
Yeah, our volume is echoing on your side.
Okay.
All right, Wes.
Go ahead, Wes.
No, I was just saying, you said it gets deep into the playoffs, right? But before people start playing. And the funny part is it's not even like the first round no more. It's as these guys' belief level grows, that's when they play harder. Because even in the first round, these dudes are playing with cats that they already know they can't win with. So they're getting ready to get bumped in the first round. And then I think social media and TNT with the going fishing thing, cats don't want to be a part of that. All that stuff plays into their psyche and how they go about, how they approach the game. Because it's always on, everything is always on stage right now. And I just get so aggravated when I watch the game because I know the way to stop a good offensive player is by making them play defense. So that's the only thing I ever say is like, if you want to stop like Steph Curry, all you got to do to stop him shooting is put him on Kyrie, and it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You still muted.
You're still muted. You got to take your mute off now. You got to take your mute off, Gully.
I was saying that to some, they should start approaching him like that. I noticed that last year when Russell Westbrook was playing in Washington, they was able to beat the Nets 2 times last year. And I noticed both times Russell Westbrook played really good. That's the second time he actually hit a buzzer beater on him. And I noticed that I was like, Kyrie fuck everybody up with that handle and just do what he want. And he don't do that shit to Russ. You know what I'm saying? And again, if you're making a guy working on both ends of the court, it's a difference. It is a difference.
Or if you put somebody that understands the rules, like the way the game is played now, like I'll give you a stat. Go look up Steph Curry against the Boston Celtics when Marcus Smart plays. Go look that up because Marcus Smart has the antidote.
Put that body on him.
He puts it all on him. He does everything within the rules, but he's just aggressive. And a lot of times, cats like Steph just don't like that aggression. Even if you're not doing nothing, it's the energy. They don't know what you're going to do next. That's why Pat Beverly is so like. That's why people hate Pat Beverly because he's not good, but his energy level is so volatile that you don't even know what he's going to do to you. So you play scared the whole game.
You shook. You shook out there with Bev on you.
Yeah, you be shook when he holds, and he's garbage, but he got everybody thinking he's going to do something crazy. And these guys are like, I'm a superstar. I don't want to mess with Pat Bev. He's going to try to hurt me or something like that. So they play tentative around him. But that's all part of his psyche. That's how he gets you.
I'm glad you said he was garbage. I don't like
that. He is. Oh, he's definitely garbage.
I don't like that nigga.
Yeah, me neither. I can't stand him. But I understand his
I don't know anybody that likes Pat Beverly.
No.
Yeah. The team that hires him, they like him. Outside of that, nobody likes him.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah.
Now, you bringing up Westbrook was a great point in terms of the way he played Kyrie and how he made Kyrie work, and they were able to beat Brooklyn twice. I wonder if that has some influence on the Lakers bringing Russ over, watching that matchup with him and Kyrie. Outside of that, I can't see why.
In my opinion, my opinion is total opposite to everything that you see on the internet in terms of Russell Westbrook. He got a lot of turnovers. LeBron is another guy who has a lot of turnovers on a career, but I think this is consistent with niggas who always got the fucking ball in their hand and shit. You dig what I'm saying? So I think that could contribute to some of Westbrook's. He always got the fucking rock and shit. So, again, Westbrook is averaging like 18 points this year. Kuzma wasn't doing that. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope wasn't doing that. None of them niggas that we got rid of was doing that. On a lot of nights, he still has a triple-double. People seem to have, when it comes to Russell Westbrook, they try to diminish the value of a triple-double. This nigga is 6'2" or 6'3" and shit. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, when you hear people saying, trade him for this person and trade him for that person, that shit is bizarre as a motherfucker. This is a guy who gets double figure rebounds. You understand what I'm saying? Double figure rebounds and shit. This is not an expendable. You understand what I'm saying? This is not an expendable.
You are singing Wes's tune right now.
It's the truth. It's the truth. He gets bit. Listen to this, right? After LeBron James, who's the Lakers' most dynamic player, threat, whatever? It's Westbrook.
But it's supposed to be AD.
It's supposed to be AD.
He don't have that.
Right. We know that.
We know that. We agree on that.
Yeah, Westbrook is one of the and I appreciate that, and I don't think that should be traded away or they just be dogging him. Okay, he didn't miss some shots. He didn't been cold on some nights.
Nah,
Steph Curry's been cold recently.
Yeah, but it's you know how I saw a meme that said this is who Steph Curry is since he broke the record, and it was a picture of Russ and Steph jersey.
That was pretty funny.
That was funny. I should have grabbed it and put it up. But
you know, go think about it though.
Make this point. Sorry. You know, it's not that he has the turnovers. It's when he has the turnovers and the types of turnovers he has. Like he makes junior high school AAU mistakes. He's not making like sometimes he just doesn't look like a professional basketball player. And he's gonna give you the points, he's gonna give you the rebounds, he's gonna give you the numbers. But now in the fourth quarter, can I depend on you? Last night he played 2-3 minutes last night in the fourth quarter. He sat him down, and they beat the Utah Jazz. You know, so
Malik Monk affords us the luxury to do things like that with Westbrook. He might have a better disposition, better composure, with that better decision making, and he's young and athletic. He does some of the things that Russell Westbrook does. That's what it's about, having a rotation and shit. Russell Westbrook don't have to play 30 minutes every night. It's about us winning games. You know what I'm saying? If he give us a good 19 minutes, and we win, good motherfucking work. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get a rotation of 5 to maybe 7 deep. 8. We're trying to find that 7-8 players who have a chemistry and like playing together. Stanley Johnson, we gonna find it because we have the personnel. You see what I'm saying? But again, I don't think Russell Westbrook ain't did nothing all year but try to make a motherfucking play. He's from the West Coast. He played at UCLA. Every night that they playing at home, he playing in front of his homeboys and his family and shit. Nigga, settle down. But this is an NBA Hall of Famer. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? And people need to stop doing that shit. I think it's more extreme now with the internet. You know how people like to try to drag our athletes and shit like that. But you seen the dunk last night. You seen
hold on. I was trying to. I know Wes, you got a point. Don't forget your point.
Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah. But since he brought up the dunk, oh man, they played me out. Oh, they're playing me out right now. I can't even show it. God darn it.
They seen it. They seen it. It's memes out.
Nah,
I'm gonna have to go get it. So, Wes, while I'm going to get this video from YouTube.
Nah, I was just gonna compare Russell Westbrook, in my opinion, because like he brought up the turnovers, and they said that he was like 450 plus games that he had a turnover. But I said it's funny because he became a Laker and now we tracking it, because that was 5 years worth of turnovers, but now we want to track it now. It's like kind of like when T.O. was in San Fran and then he was in Philly, then he came to Dallas and they started recording drops. They wanted to tell you how many times T.O. dropped the ball versus all the other stuff that he did because the media just don't like him. So if they don't like him, that's it.
Yeah. So I want to bring in our other host, the God, the Almighty DJ KG from the group Naughty by Nature, the legendary rap group Naughty by Nature. Illtown Sluggers is in the building.
What up?
Yeah.
So, I'm in the studio, but I just wanted to pop in real quick, man, because I could not let this not this episode pass especially after what happened on Sunday. I'm not letting y'all off the hook like that. I'm just not. I can't.
All right,
Absolutely not.
but Kay,
No.
right now we talking basketball right now.
Hey, I don't care what you're talking about. Pause for a second. Pause for a second.
All right. Okay. All right.
So what you're saying is that y'all already talked football?
No, we came straight into basketball.
Yeah, we was
it's basketball season. Football season is no longer exist. It's basketball season.
Football season is full tilt right now.
They at the divisional. They already at
not for the Cowboys. Is not.
I don't even know. I don't watch football no more. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's basketball season. Go LeBron.
I've been watching a little football.
Anyway, I got sick. What's up, man?
Hold on. I got the Real Gully TV in the building.
What's up, man?
It's our
Peace. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, same, man. Peace, man. Peace. I just, I'm not going to get in your way too much. I just had to pop in, and I had to number one, say what's up to you, man. Come in and say what's up to you. But at the same time, I cannot let these guys get away with this one. No.
So let me let him know what's going on. So myself, Wes, Cliff, lifelong Dallas Cowboy fans. KG is a lifelong Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Okay.
Now, the four of us grew up together. We've known each other for a year. So this rivalry's been going on for like a minute. So last week, K, they backed into the playoffs. Something old man Ben, he got himself into the playoffs going for 120
that
yards.
Was actually worse than backing into the playoffs. But go ahead.
So K said, if Cowboys lose and the Steelers win, he was going to act up. Technically, you can't act up because
I'm not acting up. That's what I'm saying. I'm not acting up.
About you coming in. No,
I'm not
I ain't gonna let
acting
y'all
up.
off the hook. There's no hook to get let off because y'all lost.
No, my acting up would have been something totally different. I'm not acting up right now. I'm just saying I couldn't let y'all get away from the episode without me at least addressing y'all. Because remember last week, I was the lone wolf. I was against those Cowboys.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I deserved everything I got because Saturday night when I was watching the Bills Patriots game, I'm on a vine with a Patriot fan, an Eagle fan, a Steeler fan, and there's two Cowboy fans. So we was me and the other Cowboy fans. Anything that had a Bill in it, whether it be Bill Gates, anything with Bills, we sent a picture of him. Bill Cosby, everybody, because he just was all Bills. So I deserved everything I got. Everything I got on Sunday was from the rest of the gallery because one part I said, "Oh, Philly's gone, New England's gone." Then there were two, and then we got knocked out. It was like, and then there was one, and I didn't even watch. I told you I wasn't watching no football. The Cowboys lost. I turned the TV off for the rest of the night.
So, do y'all have an explanation for the quarterback draw as time was expiring?
Nah, because that dude that called it from the sideline, he gonna go get his 33-year-old job. He a 33-year-old coach. He gonna go get a job somewhere and never gonna explain nothing to us about that foolishness.
So you think Kellen Moore called that play, or you think that just went off?
No, I think he called that.
That was a call play. That was a draw.
That was a call play.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said they practiced that. They said they practiced that in the practice, but it's a dumb play. It's a dumb play.
Well, Dak didn't execute it. He went down too late. Was the bottom line?
It shouldn't even got to that. It shouldn't even got to that. It shouldn't even come down to that, to be honest.
They was advancing the ball. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, and I even called it when they did the fake punt. I said, watch for the fake punt. They're about to fake punt this. I'm yelling at the TV. I knew what they were going to do, and we got to know that in that situation. And then on top of that, here comes Jimmy G right on time with a pickup. If those two things don't happen, it's not even close, guys. Y'all know.
No, but it was all. The bottom line is that the players they lost. I ain't gonna make no excuses. They got beat. They got San Francisco players that had a better game plan. But until Jerry Jones gets a coach that separates himself from the football and the management, we are gonna have this problem for the rest of existence. Because a coach cannot have have to answer to the to management, and the players see that. It's like if you married and your kids see you always sucking up to your wife, they're gonna be like, well, mommy make all the decisions. They don't think you make any decisions, right? And so Jimmy Johnson did that, Bill Parcells did that, and Jerry can't stand that because Jerry wants to get all the credit. And until he dies, that's when things will change, because he's not gonna change his way.
Right, and I feel like, and that's what I keep saying about the Cowboys. It's Ringling Brothers. You mistake this over there, and all Jerry is doing is playing games and pulling the wool over you guys' heads.
He don't care if we win.
And it's
He
all
don't care if we win.
He don't care about winning. He'll take that as icing, but it's all about the money. If he can still put all of those bodies in that stadium and get that money, and still get as much money as he's getting from his television deals and all that he's doing, he's like, man, whatever.
Okay, you got headphones?
Oh,
because your audio is crazy right now.
Let me sign it and sign back in.
Okay.
And what I was gonna say is with the players now, the young boys now, you can't.
Gully, I need you to put your mic on. I think he's coming. Go ahead, Wes.
So you can't, with the players now, these dudes, Jerry always telling them how great they are. And what they don't understand is when you playing for the Cowboys, you get in Super Bowl Sunday every Sunday. The other team knows how much you get hyped up on ESPN. They know about the star, but these dudes think that they're gonna bow down because they got a star in their helmet, and they never prepared for the punch in the mouth because they always act like they privileged. That's the biggest problem right there. They're not ready.
I actually think they would have won the game if they'd have played in San Fran. I think being at home makes them too relaxed and too comfortable. They've been losing a lot at home over the years.
They always do. They listen to their own hype. They be like, oh, they said that was dope.
Yeah, but they were undisciplined all year, and they showed that this week. 14 penalties. You know, even the last play. I mean, they had good clock management up until that point, but then you call that play, you risk everything on that play. I mean, it was just bad decisions all around.
Even that fake punt. They run the fake punt, and then they try to get a
delay game.
And they get a delay game. It's like they have to kick a field goal. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
That was crazy.
It's stupid. It was just dumb. Like, can we talk about the Lakers now?
I mean, real quick, because it still seems like my audio is crazy, but I want to also too, just real quick, I'm not gonna, come in and do that to you guys. My Steelers was terrible. We got washed out there. But we did, like I said, we were worse. We did worse than back into the playoffs. We weren't even supposed to be here. But it's all good, man. We got wiped out. It's all good.
If y'all get Russell Wilson, I'm coming over. Can I come over if y'all get Russ? Can I come?
Absolutely. I roll the red carpet out for you, man.
Yeah, I've been shaking on Dallas since Jerry Jones showed his ass.
Cliff, you can come too. I just want to make sure, Cliff, you got that shit with you too.
Nah, listen, I'm not coming.
I want to make sure you got that shit.
Cliff said, nah, he gonna keep it silver and blue, huh?
Yeah, you gotta
nah, Cliff. Nah, where that shirt at, Cliff? Where that shirt at?
What y'all think about Deebo Samuels? That was my first time seeing the guy get busy.
He can play.
Yo, yeah.
But Shanahan is the type of coach that coaches that dog. He wants you to be that dog. Jerry tells the dog, I got you a nice little house over here with all the food you can eat.
I like that. I like that the black athlete be gifted like that anyway. I mean, if you think about it, they could have put Terrell Owens in the backfield back in the day. Gave him the ball. Like, he was big enough.
Whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'll be getting on some of the quarterbacks that we see now. Like I think Josh Allen's a good quarterback, but all that is Cam Newton in 2015. We acting like we never seen that before, but we have. That's 2015 MVP Cam. Yeah. That's what that is. Same thing, not different. You know.
Let me switch gears a little bit. What's your thoughts on Deion Sanders at Jackson State, Gully?
Oh my goodness, man! I'm pro Prime, man. Prime can't do no wrong in my eyes, man.
Yeah.
When he went down there and got that recruit, whose mama gonna say no to Prime, man? He went to the boy house.
Yeah.
Word.
He could have been going to any university in the world. You can't win, man. He can't. Don't you know he went in that boy mama house, man? Asked her, "Could I get a plate?" and sat down and get that. Black people love Deion Sanders, man. So you seeing the progress. He's turning the tide on, the recruiting. I believe somebody had to apologize to him recently. I can't remember who it was, but they gave him a proper apology because they said that he would never be able to beat the big universities. And when it came to recruiting a black athlete, and he's Deion Sanders, man. I just watched this documentary the other day. He has several of them, but this one is called Too Legit to Quit. It's about the 91 Atlanta Falcons when him and Andre Rison was on the same team. Brett Favre was on the bench. And MC Hammer was on the sideline with Hill and all this shit was going on. This shit was crazy.
Live.
I didn't know that I didn't know. I thought Andre Rison and him. I didn't know how deep it was. They was really, really tight. And when Deion left, Andre Rison swung on him. That was a really fight. I thought they checked him at the line. I thought they snapped the ball and he checked him. No. As soon as they snapped the ball, Andre swung on him. Niggas got the fight and shit. And I said, damn. But I love Deion, man. Deion can't do no wrong. He made Andre pay too. They didn't eject them niggas after that fight. They didn't throw them out. They just gave him a penalty. Deion has to continue to defend the best wide receiver on the Falcons, Andre Rison. Deion took that nigga
down.
He sure did. And told everybody on the sideline. All the sideline. He told everybody about it.
It's Coach Prime.
That's right.
Deion, it's Coach Prime.
It's Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
That's a beautiful thing.
I just hope that the rumor that Marcellus Wiley put out there that Deion is looking for a top 5 college program. I just hope he doesn't leave Jackson State. I hope that's not true.
No, don't do that.
That would kind of he just disrespected his alma mater. If he was going to a major university, he probably would have went to Florida State to coach.
Yeah.
He just took their recruits. So I think that's off the table.
Yeah,
who else could champion him besides Florida State? I mean, if Notre Dame or something like that. But
I thought he tried to get a job there and they didn't hire him.
Really?
Initially he tried to get hired by Florida State and they didn't hire him. That's why he went to Jackson State. He went to the HBCU route because he said, "I'm gonna bring these guys up. They don't want me here, so he said, I'm gonna take Prime down to HBCU."
Okay, make him pay.
Because he always talking in third person. Yep.
I love Deion. Deion was a former quarterback too. That's when he got to Florida State, he ended up going and playing safety. But Deion played quarterback in high school. He was a bad motherfucker too.
Wow. Yeah. So you don't mind, Kay? We want to cross this back over to the NBA. I don't know if you want to beat up on the Cowboys a little more, but we gonna come back.
But did y'all really quick? Did y'all see the Sacramento Kings trolling Russell Westbrook playing cold as ice every shot that he shot up the other night?
It was so funny.
Yo, that was hilarious, man.
Who has ever got that type of treatment?
Clip, did you see that?
I did see that.
Hey, what? I'm gonna just call you Gully then. Gully, did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
Man,
they
that
got
was
confronted about that too. I don't think they're allowed to play that song in the arena no more. A sanction came down about that. The organization, then they wasn't feeling that.
Yo, that was hilarious. Every time, and the thing is, it's crazy is that when I didn't actually see the game, but I saw the highlights. But I saw the highlights. They did it from like right at the tip. It was in the first quarter and everything. They didn't even wait. They were just like, yo, we know he's bricking. As soon as he shoots, holy guys.
Strategy. Hey, it worked. The Kings won. So shit.
And he kept bricking too.
I'm tired of us only beating them 500, them average. We ain't beat no big dogs like that yet. We needed to beat the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are problems. Seriously.
There you go, Hop. Let's see, Hop. Go ahead, Hop.
Man, who you telling? Make a shot, boy. the interview that DJ had home with it. I guess sort of where are you at?
Who?
Did you hear what they played? They played like Ice when you got introduced.
Who? The arena?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
They played that. I hope they played that the last 14 years too. It's funny they play it now. That's cute. That's cute.
Sacramento ain't been in the playoffs for 14 years. Cold as ice.
Yeah, that's right. You got to think that up.
Right.
Yeah, he played last 14 years.
Yeah, he got that. He is right about that.
You got that all.
So
that was funny though.
So Gully, what's your thoughts on Kyrie Irving, man, and the Brooklyn Nets and the whole vaccination?
Did he get hurt? Is he accusing Giannis of hurting him?
Huh?
Is Kyrie? Did he get hurt
again?
I'm asking. Like, is he having some problems right now? Because I seen something on Twitter where he I think he accused Giannis of hurting him on purpose.
Really? Look,
see that.
Wasn't that like last year?
That was last year, but
that was last year.
Nah,
he's still talking about it.
Nah, somebody the other day took his legs out, took Kyrie's legs out, like his second or third game in, like for I'm not sure, not the Celtics, I think Toronto.
Oh yeah, and I did see that it was a younger player, and the dude was like, I was just playing hard, and I was
I thought it was
an effort. It was
the same thing that dude did to LeBron, like dove after the ball after that same or whatever. He took his legs out, and Kyrie was like, "Yo, that was a play."
Kyrie's the shit. On nights when he's not around, Patty Mills is a great addition. He feels when they beat us, Patty Mills had 36 points. He could shoot his ass off. He's actually an international superstar. When the Olympics coming around, he killing niggas for Australia.
Get it done.
Kyrie, I mean, the Nets got enough firepower to exist.
Kevin Durant's out for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
They got to take their lumps. Take their lumps.
Yeah. And I thought there was some talk about the Nets might pay the fine to have him play home and away games.
Home games. Yeah.
Well, now's the time for that.
I mean, right now.
So there's a fine option? I didn't know
$8,000 a game.
Oh, that's nothing. They should just pay that.
Yeah, that ain't nothing. Not for them.
8,000. They could do that. That's a drop in the bucket.
That's nothing.
True. Kyrie could be like, "Hey, listen, I'll pay it."
Yeah.
Now,
because think about all of the other money that he's missing versus that.
No, he's actually not. They're paying him. He's not missing no money. They're paying him every game, bro. I heard that today.
Oh, okay. So
it was like there's no reason for him to change his stance because they're coming to him, and he's not losing money anyway. So
the NBA got a dope union. They got the best union of all the sports. The NBA.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah, they do. Yep.
They got the best.
So
union, man.
He's getting paid game checks and not playing games. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ain't he don't he got a position on the players' union? Ain't he like one of the top guys?
He's like the president or vice president.
He's vice president.
He was vice president.
He is?
Okay.
Yeah,
vice president.
I might have got my titles wrong, but he's on the board.
Cause I know Chris Paul is the president, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, he might be vice president or something. But
wow.
Yeah, but so the Brooklyn Nets, like you have Kyrie, Harden, and Durant all on the same squad, and still have yet to really play with all three players, really to know what that's going to be. What's your thoughts? I mean, we know what it is, but
we ain't got it. I haven't got a chance to absorb it yet. Like the three of them, I never got a chance to see them do the Splash Brothers or the big three thing. I haven't seen it. On the games when they was together, I think Harden wasn't playing. He wasn't playing too good at the beginning of the season and shit.
No, I thought if Harden was this year. I'm sorry, this year. He was kind of hard. I know
they
last
were saying
year
he was having problems adjusting to he had his little step back move required some type of contact, and they changed the rules and said that the defender can't touch him anymore, and his little thing, he needed like contact or some shit like that, and it was affecting him earlier in the year. He got his dribble right now, but I never seen them in totality. They never did anything to make me say, wow, like the Golden State Warriors.
Wow, that's interesting. Kevin Durant, James Harden, you didn't see anything out of them to make you go like, whoa. Even when like last year, early in the year, James Harden was handling the rock so well, Kyrie was like, nah, you're the point guard. Like all three was stepping up, man. I mean, like, all right, you're the point guard. Like, even then, you know, so you like, nah, you haven't seen it yet. That's interesting.
Well, I believe it did though, but all three of them played against Milwaukee, and Milwaukee waxed them,
and they got hurt. The last game,
Kyrie got hurt.
They got it.
No, I'm talking about this season.
Oh, this season.
When Kyrie came back, I think his second game back, they played Milwaukee. I think it was all three of them.
All right, second game back though, you know.
Yeah, no, Milwaukee got their number though. Milwaukee been handling them since last year. That's the problem.
Kevin Durant gave Milwaukee 49 points, a 49-point triple-double. He almost beat them niggas by himself.
Ain't nobody stopping Durant.
That big three was there, you know, Durant, Harden, and Kyrie. Milwaukee Bucks ain't like that. They not.
I don't think. I mean, they got a squad though. They do have a squad, but I just nobody's stopping Durant, man. At the end of the day, nobody's stopping him. Like, and then all three of them, they're tough to beat. I mean, I want to see it. I want to see them go at it. Like all three of them full strength, just go at Milwaukee.
Let me ask a question, Gully. You now when I watched basketball pros back when the Lakers and Celtics were playing, they had their head-to-head matchups. All the pros, to me, they didn't spend any time saying who they could have beat in the past. Why is that so important for the young boys to say who they could have beat in the past? Why is that always a conversation when you can't play the game?
You mean in terms of them like challenging champions from the past?
Yeah, like what I'm saying is that you never saw like Magic team and Bird's team talk about we could have beat the Celtics to 59.
Oh.
Why is that always a topic? Like, y'all can't play the Bulls of 96, so how you going to sit there and say you could beat the Bulls of 96? You can't, because when we were watching basketball and we talked about Magic and we talked about Bird, they got to play each other and we got to see it happen on the court. When they talked about Doc and they talked about Bird, we got to see them play each other and they settled it on the court. Talk about Isaiah, they talk about Magic, we got to see them play. We talk about Jordan and Magic, they played. So if you can't play, you just don't even talk about it.
Don't even fucking talk about it.
I think what it is, it's the social media era. And I think they want a talking point. They want talking points, and they just want pieces that people can always just put out there and put fillers out there and to just more or less run with. That's what it is.
And they want to stir the pot. They want
great conversation piece.
Make it hot.
It's all it is. It's talk. It's just talk.
Yeah,
and it's like a self. They prop themselves up by disrespecting people in that they can't even play against.
I want to point something out. We never heard Magic and Larry and them talk about them old teams because I believe Magic and Larry and them probably would have busted them old teams.
Hey guys, let me ask you something real quick.
I just don't see Larry Bird sitting around talking about Havlicek and them niggas is better.
Yeah. It ain't. Yeah. I don't agree.
Hey guys, like you guys sound real good to me. Do I sound really funny still? Like, cause I'm listening to myself coming back. It sounds crazy.
Yeah, it sounds staticky.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to
we can hear what you're saying, but it's staticky.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign out. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a different way of not. Man, I mean, I just wanted to pop in for a second, man. Show my feet, man. I'm at the studio, but I don't know what's going on.
We're gonna finish out this basketball conversation, and we still got to discuss football. So we'll be here for a minute.
All right, y'all.
Peace, Ken.
All right, peace, Ken.
And like you said, it is good conversation, but because you do break things down when you talk about 96 Bulls and the Kevin Durant Golden State Warriors, who would win? The first question I always ask was, who's Steph guarding? That's the first question I asked.
I said something similar, and I just felt that I seen Michael Jordan disrupt and do so much damage to giants. I just didn't see him letting a guy like Steph Curry light him up.
That's too much for Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson is a good defender in this league.
Yeah,
he's an overrated defender. Like they hype him up as this great defender, but he's a great defender in this NBA.
Right.
Not an NBA of 12, 15 years ago. No, not at all.
It goes back to your point, Gully, about entertainment and them wanting to light it up, points, offense. It's the same thing as football with the quarterback not being able to touch the quarterback and rules to allow the receiver to do so much more. Once he points or run up the score, better for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I like it. Yeah, it's a lot of that. So it's like in discussing it, and put yourself on mute right now so I don't feedback. There you go. In discussing individual players, whether this generation could compete and this generation, like you said, don't even have that conversation because they can't play each other. You'll never really, you're not going to know. It's a totally different game, different style of game. In the 90s, 80s, way more physical. Physicality was, you could pretty much fist up and not get put out. And not get put out the game. Mm-hmm. Now you breathe on somebody wrong, so it's a different game. Yeah,
it's a different game.
Now, would you say this game is more skilled though, in terms of shooting, dribbling?
I would say yes to a degree. I just think that the game is different. Like when you talk about the dribbling, Isaiah had a handle. Curly Neal was dribbling like that.
Let Gully answer this.
I watched training videos. I watch basketball technology. Basketball has actual technology. They dribbling tennis balls and shit like that. They have so many. It's just crazy. You can't compare it in terms of training and athleticism. These niggas just shoot. They practicing shooting from half court. They wasn't doing that back in the day. Like
from the tunnel.
The Detroit Pistons and the Denver Nuggets once put up. They played a game and they had like 180 some points apiece.
I remember
2 3-pointers the whole game.
Yep.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. So these guys is really, really lighting it up. Today they working on actually lighten it up. You know what I'm saying? So we dealing with like an athlete and a cyborg. These guys today, they doing real deal training with weights and dribbling in water and shit like that. So, I watch it and I follow it, and they training kids doing it. They bringing kids up doing this shit. So like we got the technology is just expanded the knowledge of basketball. When you see LeBron James, who is he can play all 5 positions, but when you see him go and play center and he dominating these 7-foot dudes and shit like that, that's because LeBron James has excellent quick twitch muscles. You dig what I'm saying? He's training for that. He's training for that, and that's why he's played. He getting that 20 years. Vince Carter just played 20 years and shit. Like this is gonna become more common too. Guys are gonna play longer because they not playing at everybody. In the 80s, everybody going to the hoop trying to dunk the ball and get knocked down, and they not dealing with that. Better carry. We can just sit there and just stroke that. You know what I mean? And if you can do that, and the fans appreciate it, everybody go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The life expectancy, they probably can play a little longer.
Wes, when I cut you off, you were saying?
I was just saying that I agree with that they're more skilled now. I said, but I think in terms of the dribbling part, I think a lot of those guys could dribble back then. They just weren't. It wasn't a style of the game because you would get a chicken wing. So they did have handles. you couldn't show off because the cat would just hit you with a bone one good time. You came to the paint, and I was going to kill all that noise. But like the shooting is ridiculous. When a dude can sit there and make 100 threes in practice in a row, that's stupid. You know what I mean? Like who does that? Who makes 100 threes in a row from the same spot? You know,
That's crazy.
Well, that adds to the skill level that's going on nowadays, because again, like Gully mentioned, all this stuff is taught at a higher level from the younger age, and these technological advances and the innovative way they're training to do these things is out of this world. And we're looking at not coming up training to shoot threes, and now that's all they do. And that line is going out further and further and further. So, the skill level is only going to be, at the
now
height.
imagine if the skill level matched the aggression level with these guys. If they really wanted to, if the competition level matched the skill level, we might have something phenomenal. Because I don't see nothing wrong with having a 96 to 94 game when cats are getting in somebody's shorts. Just because they skilled.
But we see that with the exceptional cats, like Ja. That cat is he's the cat that's taking it to, he's that cat right now. And you see the skill and that aggressive nature going to the rack, defending, blocking shots.
Yeah.
That's Ja.
Well, yeah, that was another person that we checked the box score of Memphis when they played Golden State. Remember that? You remember that playing game last year, right? Steph had a great. Ja had a great game. Steph had a great game. They went into overtime. Steph couldn't hit the side of the wall, and John Durant was going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So he just wore him down. I mean, he kept attacking,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the type of attitude I'm talking about right there.
Now you remember 2 years ago, I said I didn't expect much from Steph the following year, which was last year.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was going to hit a wall.
Yep.
He hitting that wall. He's not a natural dude. He's put on a lot of weight. He muscle. He's good. Looks sloppy with it, but to carry that weight in the style of play that he has, running around the court, you mean 4 quarters is one thing. 5 now? Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Where's on you? Yeah.
I think he just has to get used to it though, because I think that it's going to serve him well, because he's going to slow down as he gets older anyway. And so the weight will serve him well. I think he just has to get used to it, because he's put some on there, yo. He looks good though, and it's serving him well.
Yeah,
he looks good.
As he gets older, he's gonna change the way he plays. He's not gonna.
He gonna catch fire any day now. Just be ready.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming. It is coming.
A barrage.
Yeah, it's coming. Because it comes in waves with him. When he's down for a little while, he got about a good 6 week span where he's gonna drop 40 a night.
Yeah, somebody gonna get blazed like any day now. For real.
Absolutely.
I love watching it. I do. I love when he start cooking, because you can see that the defender is scared. They be visibly scared, because they know what's gonna happen. You can't touch him, so he gonna do his little dribble package and step back and bam.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you this, Gully. Now you're a Laker fan. We talked on the panel about Anthony Davis, and we all kind of agreed that if AD wasn't their best player, then the Lakers didn't have a chance to win a championship.
What, last year?
This year. We said AD, it couldn't be Westbrook, it couldn't be if LeBron is the best player.
The best
player.
I'm saying,
but if he had to be the best player for them to win.
For us to win.
If LeBron has to be the best player, they're not gonna win.
LeBron, that's the natural order of things. That's the natural order of things.
Then they're not gonna win.
That's what I'm saying. I agree with LeBron being the best player. I agree with you. I agree with LeBron being the best player. But what I'm saying is, if AD isn't the best player on this roster, the Lakers cannot win a championship.
I can't agree with it. I can't. We got a lot of good players, and I don't think that
good players.
A lot of good players. I don't think that on many nights the game is won by the big man or in the paint. These little speedy guards, these little speedy guards is the ones that affect the game. Anthony Davis, he'll do his thing like that, but the Malik Monks and the Bradley Bills and these dudes is the one who slits your throat, man.
I don't know, Joker, Embiid.
Jokic, yeah. There's others, but I'm just saying.
Giannis,
Luka.
Don't forget KD's 7-footer.
That's Luka. Luka. Yeah.
So,
You know, you
I
gotta.
would like to get 25 from him. If we can get 25 from him a night, that's great.
That's what we asking for.
Well,
That's what we asking for.
I was asking for 28 to 30 from AD, 24 to 25 for LeBron, 19 for Russ. That's what I was looking for. Because
and put the workload, put most of the workload naturally on the big man.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with
yeah,
that.
well, it's not even necessarily putting it on the big man. It's that AD has the talent to be the dominant player on the Lakers. Like, he has the talent. Does he have the will?
When we won our championship, I believe on most nights he the one that, you know.
He's the reason why.
Right. He's the reason why.
I mean, realistically, you already know what LeBron is gonna do. We know what Westbrook and LeBron gonna do. They're gonna fill up any stat sheet. Period. Right? Westbrook's gonna be a little bit more inconsistent. He's gonna be a little more inconsistent than LeBron, but you can write down 30. You can write down 30, 12, and 7 from LeBron every night, and be comfortable with that.
And LeBron needs to be in a position where he can defer.
Yes.
When he defers,
that's cool. That's a part of being a playmaker. Yes.
You got to be able, and he can't defer to Russell Westbrook in the last 3 minutes of the game.
No,
that can't
no. I believe he can defer to Malik Monk. I believe Malik Monk has showed me enough offensively that that boy is fired.
Yeah,
he can play.
Yeah.
He can play.
Yeah.
He can play.
I seen him and LeBron do the secret handshake. I'm like, damn, they got the handshake down. This is really going good. This is really going good, man. Did you see them do the handshake?
I didn't see the handshake.
The night that Malik did the putback dunk, did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I saw the putback, yeah.
That game, he went off that game. He probably had like 28 or something like that. He was lighting them up from 3 and everything. A lot of catch and shoot threes, something that we don't have a lot of. We got more like spot up guys and shit like that. Malik can come off them screen and bomb away like the white boys.
Yeah. No, he can. Yeah, he can.
Austin Reeves has been playing pretty good in spurts when he's healthy.
That's AR-15, baby. AR-15.
He always contributes.
He always contributes.
Yes.
Mellow.
We got to be able to slow these other teams down.
It's the defensive end. Yes, it's the defensive end is where the Lakers really gotta show effort and slow them down and really get in these cats, because if they ain't gonna win scoring 125 a game, they're not.
Yeah,
they're not.
Nah.
That's the only reason why they were able to beat Utah last night. They played, they played deep.
Yeah. From what I read, they played a lot better defense.
Watch what happens after the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
Watch.
All right, so right now, I'm going to run down the Western Conference standings. Got the Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies, Jazz, Mavs, Nuggets, Lakers at 7, Clippers at 8, Timberwolves, Trailblazers, Kings, Spurs, Pelicans, Thunder, Rockets. I haven't really been able to lock in over the last few days with the games, but anything happen? You guys thinking, like the Grizzlies at the 3 spot? That's big.
Grizzlies are scary. That's what I mean by them young, quick, little speedy guards. What's the dude LeBron just wanted to fight him the other day? He played for the Grizzlies. What's the guy name? Number 22? Was it Bane or something like that?
Oh, okay, Bane.
Is that his name, Bane?
Yeah.
We got to stop them guys from scoring. How the fuck is the Grizzlies the 3 seed? The fucking Memphis.
And don't even get it twisted. Dylan Brooks ain't even playing right now. So they got more. They got monsters coming.
He said they got more.
They got more monsters coming. Yeah, they tough. Yeah, they tough.
I like how they play, man. I like how they play.
Yeah, I do too. They young, they gritty. They play D. Jaws, the leader. I mean, they got size.
Undisputed leader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Mavericks kind of stuck back into the conversation because they were kind of tinkering around 9, 10, 11, and now they 5.
Yeah, 25 and 19.
Yeah.
Right now.
And Porzingis is out. So they got,
That's like today is Tuesday.
Wow.
Porzingis is out. Today is Tuesday.
Well,
He always hurt.
Street clothes.
Jay Kidd was commending his conditioning and said he was in good shape and he had been healthy up until this point. I don't know if it was a COVID thing now, so we'll see.
Okay.
Now y'all jump to the Mavs. Jazz at the 4 spot. They've been catching some L's lately. Yeah. I've been watching that. They lost to the Lakers last night.
They're gonna be who they are. Like I don't never see them as a championship team. I see them as a second round exit. That's what I always see them as. A second round exit. Game 6.
Got it. They don't got it, man. Nobody's scared of them niggas.
Yeah. They Rudy Gobert is like, no, that's not gonna work.
Nuggets at the 6th spot. When is Jamal Murray coming back? I know I seen him on the court taking practice shots.
He is so fire.
I like him.
Yeah, he showed me a lot last year. Fire. I love him. Kill him.
Yeah, he can play. He can play.
Now with Joker doing
and they lost the other guy, right? Porter Jr.
Porter Jr. Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's up with Kawhi Leonard in the 8th spot? What's up with Kawhi? When's he coming back?
Them niggas is nothing, and I'm glad.
and they extended Paul George. They gave him an extra 2 weeks.
They tried to act like we were sharing LA with them niggas. You remember they was trying to pump them niggas up. They was dogging us out. They was trying to say they the big boys in LA just 2 years ago when everybody was on Kawhi. Pat Beverly was with them niggas. The Morris boy. I'm glad them niggas is garbage. I'm glad Kawhi ain't nothing no more. He was one of them dudes that they tried to sick on LeBron's legacy. Like, yeah, he the new guy. LeBron been around 20 years, man. You know how many players that came through and went, and this is real greatness that we talking about, man. Okay, Kawhi, you got you a title on the shoulders of Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet up there in Toronto. You got that, but nah, man, you not like LeBron James.
Right, but all that said, in all fairness, the Lakers are 7, the Clippers are 8. So
still
right now,
in front of them niggas. They still playing a backseat. They bought our old
by half a game, 22 and 22, 22 and 23. That's one game. Half game.
Yep.
After the All-Star break, Hawk, I'm telling you, them streaks, them 12-game win streaks and all of that. Get ready.
I want to see it. I need to see it. Right now, it don't look good.
In recent years, LA never poured it on until after the playoff break, after the All-Star break. They always just kind of cruised and shit like that.
Well,
if we healthy.
Well, the first year he was there, when he got hurt, they were in the 4th spot. They were playing very well. Shit was clicking.
They got to the 3.
They got to the 3?
Christmas Day. They got to the 3 on Christmas Day.
Wow.
And Lonzo got hurt first. And then after Lonzo got hurt, LeBron got hurt, and then Ingram got hurt, then Kuzma got hurt, and they were just hurt. It was a wrap. But he got them boys. I was hurt.
Add me to the list. I was hurt.
Yeah, I was because I actually liked that team. I really did like that. That was a squad that I really did fall in love with because I liked how the young boys responded. They was responding to LeBron bringing them up, and then they all got traded.
Well, to that point, I got a discussion going on Facebook about the teams gutting their roster to make room for LeBron and whatever he wants to do, and then when he's done with the team is left with nothing.
That's how professional sports do the black athlete. The way you just described LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Serving if he wants to serve his best interest, I don't see nothing wrong with it. He's the king. You dig what I'm saying? Cleveland would have never got no titles without LeBron James.
Exactly.
Miami, they had guys, but all them niggas Dwayne Wade, man. Chris Bosh is gone. Dwayne Wade is gone. We all watched those guys decline. LeBron James continued to escalate. This is a real franchise player. You dig what I'm saying? You get your money worth. He's giving you 20-some seasons worth. You dig what I'm saying? So
it's a lot of seasons.
It's always about LeBron James. In this NBA, it's always about LeBron James. He can't be touched. He can't.
Yeah. Well, the conversation, honestly, so I know you said this is what they do to the black athlete, and I agree. However, this particular conversation, like a lot of others, leans toward the Michael Jordan comparison off jump. Like whenever it's LeBron James, well, he ain't Mike. And it's like, in my mind, you don't even compare him.
Yeah.
Like he went to 10 championships. How hard to do that is. Like that's not, you just don't wake up and go to 10 championships. Everybody doesn't go to 10 championships.
Right.
He won for all year, but he's 4-6. Like, have you ever won a championship in your life at bingo? You know what I'm saying? Like, AAU, any form of championship.
Trying to minimize greatness.
Right.
Well, what I think it is, though, what happens is it gets lost in translation, because going to 10 championships is a phenomenal feat, no matter how you slice it up, right? If you win one time, you win 10 times. Because when Jerry West was going 9 times and won 1 out of 9, everybody was still saying he was the logo, right? So, I mean, I'm just saying that, and he's still considered no one ever talks about the fact that he was 1-8 in the finals. Nope. They don't talk about it. I mean, they just don't talk about it. And I'm I'm not a LeBron guy, but what I will say is the reason that you can't compare anyone in any generation, because
I'm sorry.
Magic did it 9 championships in 13 years. He went to 9 finals in 13 seasons. LeBron went to 10 and 20. Magic went to 9 and 13. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying that that's greatness as well. So when people start arguing about LeBron and blah, 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 well, you just brought Magic back into the picture. So we can't just put somebody in a corner when we've seen this again. It's been repeated. 10 is more than 9. I get that. Don't get me wrong. But 9 in 13 years is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I like to say that my top tier players, my GOAT conversation, is Kareem, Mike, Magic, LeBron. Magic, LeBron kind of share the same spot. They might be tied for third, but Magic is in that conversation because you can't deny 9 championships in 13 years. Mm-hmm. It's like he's, if he didn't suffer through that tragedy, his career would have probably played another 5-6 years easily. Mm-hmm. Take his stats and add on. It's like, man, Magic's career was phenomenal. Yeah. So anyway, what's your list, Gully?
Shit, that list that you just mentioned was super dope in terms of productivity, scoring records, and shit like that. You picked all the GOATs, but Magic's position ain't never in question. I'm just putting that out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Class by himself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so Magic has always been my favorite player. I like that whenever the GOAT conversations come up, it's always a bunch of Lakers in it. I love that.
It's always Lakers.
Always a bunch of Lakers, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of my favorite players, man, my GOAT conversation, I'll take the starting 5 of the Dream Team. There you go. I don't think nobody ever eclipsed them guys. Magic, Bird, who was it, Barkley. That starting 5. I don't know if David Robinson or you.
It was David Robinson. Robinson started. Yeah, it was Robinson. Yeah, it was Pippen. Pippen, Jordan, Magic, Bird, and Robinson.
Sound good to me.
Say it again.
Pippen. That's starting 5. Go ahead, run it, Wes.
It was Pippen, Jordan, Bird, Magic, and David Robinson.
David Robinson.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll go with those guys.
And the backup was Mullen and Drexler.
I would never know Pippen guy.
Pat Ewing.
I'll take them.
I would too. They had that conversation before too, with Dream Team 1, and then I thought the second Dream Team was kind of hot too, though. They had all them big men, and they had Olajuwon. They had Olajuwon, Shaq, and Alonzo, all on the same squad.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was great.
You can't get no stupider than that. Alonzo, Shaq, crazy. And Olajuwon. I was like, what? Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
So, what about you, Wes?
I got the same 4, but the 5th person would be Kobe, would be number 5. So, he'd be in my rotation as well.
Spliffy.
That same 4, but I'm trying to think my 5th. It just have to be Wilt, Just have to be Wilt.
I would go with Wilt.
just have to be the Big Dipper, yo. I mean, he just, you know, because what he was doing during this time, I mean, it was just stupid. It was.
No doubt about it. I can't deny that. But I kind of always, like I said, I always preface it, and no disrespect to Wilt, I always keep my list as the people that I saw play, like realistically saw them play. And so that's why I always go lean towards players that I think versus because I know how great Oscar Robinson was, I know how great Jerry West was, I know all these guys, but I saw Kareem play long enough to know how great he was. You know? So he always got to be there. And then I always marvel over Kareem when you were talking earlier about the 3-point records, right? And think about Kareem scored 40,000 points and he ain't take no 3-pointers.
Killing him with the sky hook.
You know what's funny?
Only unstoppable shot.
I seen him shoot a 3-pointer. It's a clip of him playing one-on-one with Dr. J. They played one-on-one back in the day.
Oh yeah.
And Kareem squared up from the top of the key and shot a jumper in this nigga face, man. I said, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that just goes to show you how phenomenal, because people that are chasing him, they had threes. You know, even Jordan shot threes. So Kareem did it as a center, right? Where you got to depend on the guard to get you the ball. First of all, you did everything. All your damage came around the paint.
Hey, go turn your mic off.
All fundamental shit.
Yep. So.
Hold on 1 second.
That was cool.
Now I got something for y'all.
Another video?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. Fans you look, you didn't look for that much. The city makes you roll. I had to sacrifice that. There you go. I'm good for $5. I just take it and free up. This is the one I'm talking about for $5. Get it up. Get it up.
He's sky hooking it. It's just like it was nothing.
That shit was crazy, yo.
Throw it up, drop it. He said, "You got to shoot this one for $5."
Yeah.
I just shot 3.
$5. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that's a good one. I like that. that.
There's other footage of Wilt Chamberlain, like they touched it up, you know, revitalized the footage so it don't look so grainy, old school. And he's running the full floor like Giannis, bro. He looked like Giannis in his early footage. The way he runs the floor, he hits the basket, you know. And of course, his post-up game was one of the best ever. Monster. I don't know if you ever seen the footage of him the first time he met Shaquille O'Neal. Came down out the crowd. He shook Shaquille O'Neal's hand, damn near yanked his arm out his shoulder. This is Wilt at like 57, 58 years old. With a young Shaq. You know, Shaq's one of the strongest people ever in the NBA, his modern game. Yeah, Wilt was phenomenal. Yeah. So, Bill Russell. Got 11 championships, won as player coach.
His record will never be duplicated. But again, he's one of those guys that we probably didn't watch physically play. He didn't grow up in that era. And a lot of people say he was playing against a bunch of little white guys. I don't know. I know he
played against Wilt.
Yeah,
he played against who they let play against him.
And Kareem.
Yeah.
Wes Unseld.
Yeah, Wes Unseld. You know, boys. It wasn't all.
Yeah.
You know, short white boys. I mean,
yeah.
You know, it was. You know, it was happening. You know,
that's not his fault. That's not his fault. If y'all let some more brothers play, he would play with them too.
Yeah.
At that time, you know what I'm saying? It's not his fault. You know. Now that's always interesting, that conversation, because that's why I don't like the Baseball Hall of Fame, because you know you can't have records before it became integrated. Those records shouldn't even exist. Yeah. Like to me, You know, so they say that's a hallowed game of baseball. Nah, it's not
No, it's
sacred.
not.
You
No,
don't
it's not.
you don't have records before Jackie Robinson. That doesn't count. Real simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you told me that in incorporating the Negro League statistics in the because now they honor the Negro Leagues, they're trying to make it a part of the major league experience. And you said in accounting for Negro Leagues, some of the stats have changed. Like people are now moved around. Off top, do you remember some of those examples?
Well, obviously Josh Gibson jumps into the home run record immediately because 900 was that number. They talked about Satchel Paige's like ERA, how it translated into Major League Baseball would have been one of the top ERAs in baseball history for one of his seasons or something like that. There was a few. There's quite a few. Like I think Larry Doby had something going on too, where he would have jumped in front of a whole bunch of people. But they just have to, if they're going to integrate it, they got to do it the right way. Don't call it the Negro League, and if you're gonna call it the Negro League, call it the Caucasian League. At the same time, call it the Negro League and the Caucasian League, because it's not the Negroes didn't want to play against the white boys; they didn't let us play.
Yeah, white boys didn't want to play.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
So Gully, I see your wall is decorated back there.
Yeah, I got some jerseys.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you explain, what, when, why, where, how?
Only one of these jerseys that got any real significance to me is the God Sham God joint up there.
Oh, Sham God.
I mean, I've met him. That's my man. I interviewed him.
He went to Providence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Providence Fires. Told you how I feel about this guy. Standing with him.
You got company.
And LeBron is up here. It wasn't no method to it. Just hip hop, sports, and fashion. I got Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
Yeah. Nice.
LeBron. Got Kobe. Got Steve Nash. Dirk Nowitzki, Reggie Miller, Kareem, of course. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So,
Marcus Camby.
Yeah, Joe Dumars, Kobe High School joint.
Yeah, that's dope. It's very dope. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. So, let folks out there know where they can find you. Remind people about your platform. So they can support.
Podcast. My podcast is currently number 129 in the United States. I'm on every podcast platform. My podcast is called The Dribble. Gully TV presents The Dribble. I got about, I think, 19 episodes out right now. Go check that out. I'm all over YouTube. I'm trying to put emphasis on developing a dynasty outside of YouTube. I don't like that they have this monopoly where they stranglehold and all of the they got too much power.
Yeah. They
got too much power. And I'm looking at the complexion of YouTube right now, and it's just something that I don't really want to be a part of. I'm ready to I'm going to other places. But I'm all over the internet, the Real Gully TV. On YouTube, Twitter, I'm at Gully TV1. Instagram, I'm at IamGullyTV_. Check out my website, www.therealdribble.com. I got all the merch over there. I got autographed copies of my book. I'm here to be proactive, man, at all times. I love what I'm doing. And I love the Lakers, like I told you.
Yeah, you got company. Well, kind of, sort of.
You got company. It's just hard. It's hard.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Bro, I appreciate your time, man. You checking in with us. This was dope, man. We're going to have you back on real soon. Hopefully,
Yeah, I love it, man. I love what you're doing, man. Follow me on all platforms, man. I got one too, Gully TV Sports on YouTube or The Real Gully TV.
Oh, yeah.
Peace. I didn't know that you was going to be on here rolling up hot. I'm like, damn, this nigga on here blowing. I'm trying to respect the sports
it's
shit.
called Madism TV.
It's Madism, my fault.
I got smoke in the logo and shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Next
All right.
time I'm on, I'm bringing a steam engine. I'm telling you.
Let's go. Yo, brother. Bro.
Appreciate you, man.
Respect, bro.
I appreciate being on the other end of this camera, and I appreciate having a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? Because you are Hakeem from Channel Live, and I fuck with you, my nigga. So
respect. Likewise, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you.
One.
Peace. Pleasure meeting you, man.
Yep. Peace.
No doubt.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me add. My bad, Cliff. Yeah, man. So yes, that's the homie, the Real Gully TV.
I like that.
Yeah,
check it out.
Yeah, he's cool, man. He got some interesting stuff going on over there, and he's an outside the box thinker. His focus is I don't say his focus is the streets, but his conversation is directed toward the streets. It's a little elevated, but it's definitely the stuff that's going to capture the attention of what's going on out there, and it's much needed conversation and dialogue. So yeah, it was dope. Dope. So I don't know if you we could wrap up the NBA. We didn't talk too much about the East Coast, but we can just hop right over to football. I know we got to talk about.
No, we should talk about the East Coast, yo, because the standings may flip and switch up a little bit, particularly with KD going out. That's going to be real tricky because Kyrie not only has to get in shape and continue to grow with the team, but if he's limited to just road games, they have some tough sledding.
Yeah.
What are the standings right now?
The Bulls are first, Heat second, Nets third, Cavaliers 4, Bucks 5, Sixers, Hornets, Wizards, Raptors, Celtics, Knicks, Hawks, Pacers, Pistons, Magic.
The Bulls lost 4 straight, and they got doored by Golden State the other night.
Mm-hmm. Their whole front line is out, COVID and others. So that's gonna flip flop. Watch out for Cleveland.
You kept saying it, Cliff. I've been watching.
But this is one thing that I heard today. In the next 4 weeks, they only play one team with a better record than them. Okay? So needless to say, it's the weak part of their schedule, and they've been balling. So they're in 4th right now, and they can, with Chicago coming back to earth, with the Nets losing Durant for the next 4 to 6 weeks, you definitely may see Cleveland in a maybe the second, maybe the 3rd spot, maybe the 2nd spot. I can't see them taking over the 1st spot, but you never know. Yeah,
I think the Knicks and the Hawks better start making a move now, because if they don't, Cleveland is like they're gonna stay cemented in that area. That's the team that kind of like invaded the party. So they crashed. Cleveland crashed in the party, and New York and Atlanta are the 2 teams looking on the outside looking in. And really, Atlanta got more work to do than New York. New York's only a half game out of the 10th spot, so they still kind of technically in it. But Atlanta is 9.5 out, 4 games out of the 10th spot. So they got work to do. Yeah. And I think it would be the biggest disappointment in the NBA to me if they don't make the playoffs again.
And you wonder what's going on. They traded Cam Reddish to the Knicks.
Yeah, they traded Cam Reddish to the Knicks. Don't know what was going on with that. I didn't understand that move, but we'll find out. I guess they need to do something because their record is 18-25, and we're talking about a team that was at the Eastern Conference Finals last year.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the team that I'm kind of looking at as a team that's under the threshold that I still would like to see get back in the race, and the Knicks, of course, as well. But in the West, I don't really think anyone is. I think the 10 that are there now are the 10 that's going to be there when it's all said and done.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. But you're looking at other party crashers this year. Look at Charlotte; they may be here to stay too. Charlotte and Cleveland. I mean, two teams that rosters a ton better, playing a ton better, and right now, they're right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, they are. They right there. They look strong too.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a tough little race down the stretch. That 7 through 10 or 7 through 12, I'm gonna call it, for the East. I don't think nothing's going to really change in the West from that perspective. But we shall see.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Cliffy, we got to talk about football and what we saw Saturday, Sunday, and yesterday. And I'll preface it as saying what I heard about Monday and Sunday night, because once that TV went off at 7 o'clock,
you were done.
I was just so done. It's just like it's 27 years of the same thing, man. It's the same thing. Cats thinking that they're good. They really not that good yet. They don't know how to win. They love the hype and the pat on the back, but they read the clippings. They think they're better than they are. They don't think they have to prove it. And that's how they lost. And I think it's more frustrating for me. I haven't been this frustrated with the Cowboy loss since the year the Giants came to Dallas and beat them as a 1 seed. We were a bye. Well, we were 1 or 2, but we had a bye, and we were 13-3. Wade Phillips, the coach, I think it was 07. And Romo threw 3 picks against the Giants in that game. And that was the best team, I think, since this team right here was the best team since then, in my opinion, like talent-wise on both sides of the ball. And they just pissed it away.
They did exactly what we could have seen coming, and that is bad clock management, bad discipline, bad play calling, untimely mistakes, and then a choke. I mean, just enough to think you have a chance, and then break your heart right at the end.
Yeah, it was so painful. Just to watch that down to the end. It was like, they got a chance? Oh no, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do. No, they don't. That was the whole thing in a nutshell, man. It was just everything was a inch off. But I'm telling you, the fact that none of these dudes got an answer to anybody but Jerry, like even Kellen Moore, you don't think he heard how dope he is? He's 33 years old, and we giving him a head coaching job.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let me just give a little shout out for it.
Yep.
To Cushy Treats. I got the Rice Krispie treat, infused cannabis joint, the edibles. So it's crazy. Big shout out to Trevor. I got the light berry hybrid, 50 milligrams. Little cookie. It's going down. It's going down over here. Yo,
I hear you.
Big shout out to the Real Gully TV. Need to pull up this chat box. Tell me about it, brother. Tell me about it. We're gonna talk afterwards though, and you're gonna let us know what's up, hopefully. But the Cowboys. Man, it kind of went down how I thought it was going to. I mean, I picked them, but I wasn't really confident. I think I expressed my feelings on the Cowboys going into it. I just didn't think they had it all. They didn't have it all together. We know the issues we have with McCarthy. That's one thing, but still there's a level of execution that both sides of the ball have lacked throughout the year at different points. You guys pointed out the penalties, of course. I think 11 penalties.
14.
It's 14. Wow. And I mean, you just can't win with 14 penalties. It's not going to happen. And then that last play, like I agree with Cliff. I just think that Dak didn't execute. He was supposed to.
He went too far. He went too far.
Well, let me first say I think it was a horrible play.
Yes.
First off.
Yes.
Horrible play. Like you need something on the sidelines. You need something going. You want to go for it. So anyway, that's that, and he didn't execute it, which game's over. What happened with the referee had no bearing on that. Like game was over, done. So anyway, it ended the way I thought it was going to end with a loss. Unfortunately, yeah. So I mean, we can talk about the other games. You guys want to close out on Dallas, or you want to talk about the other games? I know I.
Oh, we can talk about the other games. I thought the Patriot Bills game was just a thrashing.
Hold on one second. Before we finish on Dallas, let me ask both of you though, what do you think is going to happen? Because I think it's a pivotal week. Well, so do you think, because Dan Quinn has 3 so far head coaching interviews this coming week. Okay. Kellen Moore, who knows what's going on? He's not ready, but whatever. But my question to you guys is, to me, McCarthy should be fired and Quinn should be the coach, to me. But if that doesn't happen, then I think we're going to lose Quinn and we may lose Kellen Moore. Like, I'm talking about this week before we guys talk again next week. So what I'm asking you guys is, what do you think is going to happen? You think?
Well, I'll tell you this much. If we lose Dan Quinn, good for Dan Quinn. But we have a brother right now, last name is Edwards. That's the assistant defensive coordinator that rocked out with Minnesota when they had their best defense. And Micah Parsons calls him dad, and he calls Dan Quinn uncle. So it's just up to Jerry whether he want to hire a black DC. Let's just put it out there. Because Edwards is definitely up for the job. That's the first thing.
Okay.
Kellen Moore, if he goes, I think that's a good thing. Dak got to get that security blanket away from him. They gotta mix that up because it's not working. You're too comfortable in this whack system. So we need somebody else that's gonna teach you some different things, because this obviously is a broke method. What's getting down right now. It's not gonna work. And I don't think we need to stick with Kellen Moore for the fact that he's another yeser for Jerry. Let him go. Yep, let him go. That's I said. Let them both walk. We need, if we're not, because you're not getting rid of McCarthy. I'm telling you that right now. He's not doing that. McCarthy's gonna be there.
That's crazy. When the blunders, the pitfalls, it's so obvious. Miss McCarthy fumbling the ball, figuratively speaking.
The real problem is McCarthy is, again, he can't help himself, because anybody that answers to Jerry is not going to be the coach for the job. You got to listen. You got to take, obviously Jerry pays the salaries. I get that. We get that part. But if you look at the common denominator with Bill Parcells and Jimmy Johnson, those are 2 dudes that they're their own brand. They ran the football operations and Jerry ran the business. Jerry wants to run the football and the business. That's it. And we're not going to win that way.
No.
We're not.
Crickets.
That's what it should be.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crickets now, man.
Yo, got one big shout out to Cushy out in Virginia. They got it right. Sent me a little something. Ooh.
And Dak walked back his comments about the officials. He knew he was going to do that.
I mean, he'd have to.
Yeah.
But to make that statement, that it was bad, poor judgment. It just, we had this conversation earlier, Wes, include Cliff in on it. And it relates to what happened with Jerry Jones, the whole Colin Kaepernick situation, their response to it, Jerry Jones standing on a particular, putting his flag in this is what we're doing, siding with Trump, just didn't go well. And he used Dak to kind of cushion and Dak was a willing participant. And I understand the politics. I get it. But it's just, when we talk about what we're talking about, police brutality, black men and women, brown men and women being murdered live and direct on TV, regularly scheduled programming, damn near. For that to be that and you take that stand, it was just whack, right? So and you see his comments with the referees, and it's like, wow, the things we choose to stand on, the things we choose to not seek counseling on. It's you get what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy just to throw black people under the bus and throw us to the wolves. It's so easy to do that. And it's just, that's why I'm like with the whole cowboy thing, I'm like, it's Jerry, but it's Dak too. Kind of, sort of. It's a certain just moxie when you put your flag in the ground. This is what we're going to do. You don't see it translate on the field either. You get what I'm saying? Even in play, Dak, put your flag in the ground. Make your stand. Like, stand up. Don't just go along to get the bag. You can do that, and we want to see you get the bag. But this is the shit that comes along with it, and you're going to be scrutinized.
You're going to get scrutinized anyway.
You're scrutinized anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They going to get you.
I mean, like I said, as soon as he lost that game, all the Romo fans, like, I don't know if y'all watched the broadcast. Romo was dirty that whole broadcast. Romo was going in that whole broadcast. He was real dirty with it. I'm telling you, he was not professional. Oh, man, can't miss that throw, Dak. Oh, boy, another missed throw he just ran the Z route. Dak could have hit him on that one. I'm looking at this TV like, yo, Romo, you got some damn nerve.
Yeah, many games will watch you throw
away. He went so in on Dak. It was absolutely it was shameful, in my opinion, the way he commentated that game with Dak. That's how I looked at it. I was like, Romo was definitely on some bitterness. Yeah. He wasn't, he didn't mind seeing Dak fail. Yeah. That's basically how I looked at it.
I personally think Troy Aikman's a better commentator than Romo.
I think Romo has more color to it, like in terms of the actual plays.
Yeah.
But I think Aikman is more neutral when it comes to this topic.
Yeah. Well, he knows how to frame it, and he's thoughtful when he's discussing certain things. So he's thoughtful. That's all it really is. Even back to the Dak thing, it's being thoughtful and aware of what's really going on. And then, because you gotta, he had to, Jerry Jones was gonna call him in. It's the face of the franchise, at least you want to be. The quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You gotta come, but the way he did and what he said, and then giving $1 million to the police department, it was like, man, I hope you got some old other initiative in the closet for black folks that you can go, this is what I'm really doing. And because if not, I see what it is. I see what it is. So that's my spiel. I'm sorry.
It's all good. I mean, I know. I told you I don't disagree with your thought processes on that. And I know you get the politics of it, but it's less politics when you make it 600,000 versus 75 million. I'm just saying, when you make it 600,000, you want to put up a picket sign when he about to make 75 million. I just want to see that dude that could. I want to see how many people line up. Like, I mean, I get it, and you could. But what he could have did after was had a different take on it to let people know. But he hasn't done that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I understand you gotta play with it. But then what you do is you, on the back end, you listen, you get real. You come down to the people, like, I'm one of y'all, and, don't get it twisted. I'm trying to get to 75 mil. He has yet to do that. Why am I so blurry? This is crazy. I'm like in
Why's your screen blurry, Hawk?
I don't know.
Is that the ism? Yeah. So Cliff, you had your best bet was
Cincinnati was my best bet.
You got that one.
But the top dog was the Patriots, who got blown out.
They got smashed.
The one dog that won was beating our Cowboys. So
The only home team to lose a game this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else, every other home team looked like a playoff team except for us.
In Arizona.
Well, I'm saying they weren't home.
Well, yeah, but home teams,
As
that's
far
right.
as the home teams went,
Yeah.
we were the only team that didn't look like a team ready to play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which was pretty, like I said, it was just pretty disappointing.
Well, what do you think about Matthew Stafford now? Can't call him Matthew Romo.
He's good now, right? He's got his one playoff victory. That's all he needs. He's good. He's already blessed. Yeah.
Nah, he got to do more than that. I mean, in his first year in LA, maybe not. But to get the recognition we're talking about, yeah, he's got to do a little more. Now, you see how the camera's just clear now?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything to it. I didn't touch it. It just cleared up on its own. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I breathed on it too, blowing the smoke. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm a firm believer that position of quarterback needs to be a certain amount of people that look like that face of the quarterback spot. And like I told y'all before, when Brady, Rodgers, and Ben Roethlisberger leave, they are already going to replace them with 3 more people. They already got in place, or 4, and we already know what they're going to be. And that's why this game, in my opinion, for Dak Prescott's resume, was extremely important.
Extremely important.
And it's gonna be even tougher to get that stain on, because once they start labeling you, it becomes a mountain on your shoulders. And you'll be out the league before you be able to get that mountain off.
Yeah.
So that's what was at stake. In my opinion, that was what was at stake the other day, Sunday. Your legacy was at stake. And that's it. I mean, because all these other, they already got the replacements in place already, and we're gonna let them win 1 or 2 games and be like, oh, they're the greatest since sliced bread anyway. So that's it. I already know already know who the replacements are. Y'all know too. Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Herbert. Those are the replacements for those 3 dudes leaving.
Yeah, but they deserve every bit of it, because Joe Burrow
this year
is
Burrow
phenomenal.
put it on. He put it now. Burrow had a good game. I'm not gonna he had a good game. He didn't have a great game. He had a good game. He won, which is the most important thing. He won.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Josh Allen had a great game.
A great game.
Josh Allen had a great game.
Josh Allen looked ready for prime time.
Yeah. That's why I had Buffalo. I had Buffalo and Dallas in the Super Bowl.
Man, he just he looked like he was in command, like he was very, focused. He knew what he wanted to do and how he wanted to get it done. There's no second guessing. I'm gonna run. I'm throwing darts.
So what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen this week? They got KC at KC.
I think they're gonna beat them. Because I think KC is a lot like Dallas in a lot of respects. They just won, right? But they have things that haven't been fixed yet either. But no one's been able to capitalize on them. I think Buffalo is gonna go in there and beat them.
Yeah, it's probably mindset more than anything else. It depends on the mindset of the Buffalo Bills going into KC. If they have that same mindset they had at home this past weekend, man, it's mindset, and you could see it just in the way they play, very confident in what they were doing. Now, maybe it's because it's their success with the Patriots the game before. We don't even count the weather game that they had, that the Patriots won, but that last game to close out the season, they won confidently. So maybe that carried over with the Patriots. I don't know if you could bring that with you to Kansas City.
That'll be a tough ask. I don't know if they go in the Arrowhead and then we on to something, but I don't know if they're ready for that.
I don't either. I think they are, because I still think KC could be had. I see holes in their program, but they still the reigning AFC champs until they get beat. So, what about Tennessee and Cincinnati?
Cincinnati's my dark horse, but the problem is keeping him upright. That Tennessee defensive line are beasts, and since he's been real weak on the offensive line.
What's up with Henry? Is Henry playing?
Henry's playing. He's a full go.
Is he healthy? Is he healthy? Is he healthy?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they got a clean injury report, and they've been doing nothing but just resting. So I like to call the upset, but Tennessee's going to be tough to beat. But if they can keep him upright, if he can get the ball downfield, they have a good shot.
I like Tennessee in that game.
Yeah.
I like Tennessee in that game now that Henry's playing. But we'll see. We'll see. What about the NFC? You got San Fran in Green Bay, right?
Yeah. I like
San Fran in this game. They've given Green Bay struggles over the years.
Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah, I do too.
Because defense travels and a running game travel, and it may be cold, but they ain't gonna care. They just run the ball.
I'm going with Green Bay. I'm going with Green Bay. I just think that Aaron Rodgers is just he's focused too much. He's too much. He wants to win. Like he's one of those guys that he knows what he wants to do. The game is going to be won or lost because of Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day. And after what happened last year, he got a point to prove. He wants to prove that he's the best quarterback in the NFL, hands down. So yeah, I expect Green Bay to pull that out.
And what about Rams and Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay.
I don't know.
That's what I think. I think the Rams are gonna get them.
I think LA can get them.
Me too.
I think the Rams definitely get them. I think that defense is tough, and Brady doesn't have as much support certainly as he had last year, but there's a lot of holes in their game. And that push up front by that Rams front four, I think may be too much.
Yeah, that's a bad matchup. Tampa Bay was looking at a bad matchup either way. Whoever they played, they was in a bad spot.
You know what's gonna happen next week?
What's that?
Tony Stafford's playing.
Nah, he got the monkey off his back.
No, it's just about pressure. Pressure shifting. They're going to Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
All right. Much bigger game. Much bigger game. And the energy in the building, I still want to see him prove it. He got one game. Go win the NFC Championship game. Go see it. Semis. Go win that one.
That's true.
Go win that one.
I tell you though, if I was like Dak and Kyler Murray, they totally laid eggs. Both of them. Like, it's like
Kyler was shook.
Yeah. He played shook.
Oh, look at this. Wow. Really?
What's that?
There's somebody, writing crazy bogus stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, Kyler played shook. But yeah, it was kind of
he was shook. He was shook D. I didn't see the Cowboy game. What it looked like Dak had a bad game. Or just didn't, he didn't play the game he needed to play.
He didn't play the game he needed to play, but a lot of it had to do with that O-line, man. I mean, and when they would have like a 3rd and 3 or a 2nd and 4, they get a penalty, and now it's 2nd and 14 or 3rd and 15. And he couldn't hold the ball, like a 3-step drop, and playing a zone, you go 3-step drop, you work your tight ends, you work your running back, you throw wide receiver screens. Kellen Moore didn't want to do none of that because they didn't use Tony Pollard at all, which I have no idea why they didn't do that. It just made zero sense. And, it was just penalty after penalty. abandoning the running game. They ran the ball on the first touchdown they scored. That set up the touchdown, and then they got away from it. They'd run one time, get a yard, and he abandoned it. Like, we can't run no more. It was like it just wasn't. It wasn't a good game plan. It was pretty junior varsity.
Poorly called game. Called game.
Terrible. Terrible. I mean, it was just with all that. Like, you got 3 good wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 2 running backs. I don't care if the O-line is having problems. Let's do some quick drops. Get rid of the ball. Like, do something. We did nothing. No quick slants, nothing. It was just nothing. Am I wrong, Cliff?
No, you're right. It was terrible. You just kept waiting for something to happen for it to get better, and then nothing.
It's a joke to give this guy a job somewhere. It'd be an absolute joke. He's not ready yet.
He's definitely not ready.
No, I'm hearing all these names. I'm not hearing none of the brothers being mentioned for jobs.
Well, I heard Leftwich is interviewing for the Jacksonville job.
Is he?
Yeah, and I heard that Todd Bowles has got some interviews coming. Eric Bieniemy has nothing going, because they're still talking about his Colorado days in college. That's still a factor. That's the word on the street. Whatever he did when he was
30 years ago.
30 years ago, yeah. It still kind of comes up in conversation. And I told you about the Cowboys assistant DC, who is like adored in the Cowboy locker room and especially by their best defensive player. So ultimately, if Quinn got promoted to head coach, I would see him as being the defensive coordinator. And let me tell you, San Fran, DC, the one D'Amico Ryans called a hell of a game. No one even talk about D'Amico Ryans all year with the San Fran defense, but D'Amico Ryans called a hell of a game. That was he was an ex-player, right? He played for he was a linebacker for somebody. D'Amico Ryans.
Falcons, wasn't he?
I think it was a team in that division, that conference. Yeah. But he called a hell of a game, man. And that's another sign. Another brother that should be in the loop. That's what I'm trying to say, because they elevated Kellen Moore so damn fast. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, haven't done anything.
What has he done? Get bumped in the first round of the playoffs? You win a Super Bowl. The last 2 dudes win Super Bowls. They can't get jobs, but Kellen Moore can come and get knocked out in the first round and get a job. Can't make this stuff up, man.
Yeah, you can. Like this happens every year. So yeah, we went down the this week's.
Yeah, those 3 games. Yeah,
the whole joint. Yeah,
we did.
And what does it look like? Somebody write it down.
Tampa Bay and the Rams. Me and Cliff think the Rams are going to get them.
I got Tampa Bay.
You had Tampa Bay. KC and Buffalo. I said Buffalo's going to get KC. Cliff said Kansas City. What do you say, Hawk?
I don't know. I'm gonna say Buffalo. I'm gonna say Buffalo.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Buffalo. I'm gonna say it carries over.
We got, and we both Green Bay and San Fran. Cliff and I said San Fran. You said Green Bay. And then we had the last game was Tennessee and Cincinnati. I got Tennessee. And Cliff said Cincinnati, right? Yeah.
Cliff.
I'm gonna pick the dark horse, Cincinnati.
Chicka.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's how we look this week.
Okay. Nice.
And I guess I'll flip it on for a little while, both of those games. I'll make sure I'm busy that day to do something, keep me busy work as I'm watching, so I ain't gotta really watch.
Yeah, and I was KRS shooting a video, and I'm like, damn, I can't watch the game right now. I ain't got him sitting here shooting this video. So I didn't get a chance to see the game.
You
I was
didn't miss
definitely seeing the comment. I was watching the commentary on Facebook, and jokers was going in. They was having a good old time. Dissing. Cow bums, cow bitches. See? Like, oh God. Don't look good. But hey. All right, brothers. Well, I think that's episode 51.
in the books.
Madden Sports. Yeah, big shout out to everybody who tuned in. JT, you already know what it is. DJ Wise, Old Mythology, Bernard Chase came through, said what up. Big shout out to him.
BC.
Of course, the Real Gully TV for being our special guest, and KG for taking it easy on us today.
Oh yeah. Thank KG.
Yeah. With that said, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.